Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of the Sonic and the Secret Rings Let's Play. We're continuing on with more missions in Sand Oasis. Hope Anakin's no here, because he liked it. That goddamn song. Make Believes Reborn.
We get it, it's the main theme, shut up.
Now this one, I believe, is get to the end without breaking a glass jar.
Just a glass jar.
Yes, like see those jars there? Can't touch them. If you break one, the mission fails.
Like, what really happens if he breaks one? Does Shadow give him a smack?
No, the anti-matter wave comes in and wipes out the entire universe. Everyone dies. For context, folks, watch Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is fantastic. Screw you, Endgame. No doubt it's going to piss off everyone. Have there ever been times that you've ever tried to do the homing attack, but the homing reticule just appears and then disappears, and then you immediately do the jump dash instead and fall down to your pit?
Might have happened to me a couple of times, can't remember, because as I said, I've only played this the once.
Oh! Because the fire guy caught me, and I ended up stun locked, and that's me failed the mission because I broke the jar. Apparently, Antiques Roadshow is invading this world, and then they're not happy.
Is Dickinson's real deal in this universe as well?
Oh, that wanker?
It's not like it's alright.
And then comes Barry Allen. Again, schools have a masturbation. What? What does that mean? I like the music, but some of the good lyrics don't make sense.
Yeah, that you're mishearing.
I think the music goes right up there with, if you remember, Knuckles' old rap songs from Adventure 2.
Oh, God.
Like, they're hilarious in a bad way, but ironically eye-catching, or head-catching or something like that. Again, don't be surprised if I use little to none of the skill abilities of the soul gauge. As you see there, I slowed down and I cut right through that gold paper. I should be catching fire.
I should have hit smacked Sonic in the face and he kept going.
And where you go, I failed and then I make up with a gold medal. Oh, you'll see what my level is later on, folks, because again, this is my max profile. By the way, that was a mandatory mission to get this cutscene. When we meet Alibaba.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was done for.
Tails? What are you doing here too?
Tails? My name is Alibaba.
Come on, Tails.
Cut the act, Tails.
He's going through this with Eggman, he knows these people aren't who they appear to him.
No, can you imagine the theme song he listens to? I don't know if they had music back in the Arabian Nights, but can you imagine if Alibaba's theme was Jabba?
I bet Sonic's just thinking to himself, is this one massive piss take? Is everyone like doing like some massive practical joke?
I was probably thinking, right, no more double chili cheese dogs before I go to sleep.
Alright, where's he gonna get the food for this place? What kind of food does the Arabian Nights have? Now, you remember that last mission where we're just not supposed to break a jar? Now we got to break 5 jars. Make up your damn mind game. and we're going to be in a new area in Sand Oasis. This is basically a loop, for these mandatory missions where you have to go in like a loop. Where the first one here is going to be break 5 jars, and the next one I believe is going to be collecting a set amount of rings. What does this have to do with anything?
Padding.
Now you can see there, folks, I've updated somewhat. One of the skills I have in this playthrough is a little speed boost, which I get every time I do a little hop, which is that burst of wind that you see for half a second. That basically continues your speed without slowing you down. Plus, I've activated Firestorm, so I can do that, which I've always done since like Generations, Colors, and all that. Is stomp on the ground and keep my speed and then stop there. I bet you if Steven was here, he'd be complaining saying how these stages are even shorter than Sonic Forces.
As he's probably just thinking, thank God I'm not there for this.
in memorial to Stephen.
Please let them do secret rings. Well, please let them do secret rings, because he was not happy about the possibility of having to cover them.
No, I think he was not. I don't know. I think he was most unhappy that we have to do Sonic 06 at one point.
Yeah, I think he literally said that game actually gave him a headache.
Yes. Doesn't a game have to be really bad in order to give someone a headache?
We're talking about Sonic 06. I think that kind of answers your question.
I don't remember getting a headache, but I will agree it's bad.
Yeah.
I can't mind the last time I had a headache from a game, actually.
Has there ever been a game which has like made you actually sick?
No, I don't think so. Have you had any of them?
No.
Like, I remember, JonTron, he said that, like, whenever he plays the original Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64, he says he always feels sick because of the graphics.
Oh, come on, that's Nintendo 64 for you, Sean.
Yeah.
That's being a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of those where you have to press these switches to get the rings to appear, and they only appear for like 5 seconds. So you gotta be quick. Like, how am I supposed to do that? Unless I use Speed Break. But if I use Speed Break, chances are I'm gonna hit one of those spike balls and lose rings anyway.
Yeah.
No such thing as an hour that won't shut the fuck up.
Just sing it every time it comes on, Andrew.
No, I'm not doing that. Don't get me Frank Sinatra on this. Right, on to the next mission, which I believe is If Past Me Will Listen. It's another Die Hard challenge.
Yeah. Oh, good.
It's like, that's another thing that the mission does as well. They don't tell you what is the mandatory missions. You have to find that out yourself. Like, on your very first playthrough, you have no idea what the mission is, so you go and play a mission and you just hope it's right.
Yeah. Your Sega were so naive they thought you'd actually enjoy playing as much of this game as possible.
And buy some toys while you're at it.
Aye.
That's another skill I have as well, folks, with the slide. It has a fire effect, so you can see right there I can defeat enemies while sliding. Another one, and then there's another one, minor ones like increasing the speed of your homing attack and all that.
Yeah.
Very minor, but sometimes even the minor upgrades could be very helpful.
Yeah.
And I think there's different levels of skills that you can get for Sonic in this game, where you can get some based on the soul gauge, based on speed, but also some dark powers which consumes the gauge and rings. Well, that was easy.
I was about to say that. It looks pretty easy.
I bet you're watching this right now, Colin, because you never bet the game's like, how did I know about this?
Like, this will pretty much be my very first time ever seen a full playthrough of this game.
Wow, this so what? You're gonna be blind by the time we get halfway through? Right, next one is Beat the Clock. This is just a standard one, folks. Beat the game within a certain time limit. Oh, later on you get these missions where another spirit with no context just pops out of nowhere who's called Yoo-Hoo. You have to race him to the end.
So why is there even a time limit in this anyway? Just tell Sharon not to start the bloody clock in the first place.
Oh, do you know what they do in these missions as well, folks? They add springs and all to stop your progression and waste your time like that. So at these stages you've got to avoid certain springs. Yes, it's faster to run on foot than grinding on the rail.
Aye.
This must have been really good for the developers at this point, considering they could to make these missions. Let's just reuse some of these stages over and over again.
They were just like, right, that's me done with 10 levels, I think I'll have lunch.
Okay, minigame 1, collect things. ATVs. Minigame 2, collect things. Jet skis. But you may notice before I jumped over the river there is that one of the rails intentionally doesn't have a spring. It leads you to your death. You have to jump over it. And do shit like this. And also this at the very end. They throw all these rocks and all that and springs and all that just to slow down your progress. Like, when you hit these jars, you slow down. I don't get it. Plus with the most generic breaking glass sound effect.
Yeah.
How I got a gold medal, I have no clue, nor do I fucking care. Says me who, again, Colin point out, went out of his way to get all the gold medals.
Yeah, but you're wiser now.
Well, I like to say I didn't get all the gold medals in every single mission, only a few of them. Anyway, our first boss here is a scorpion.
With 2 eyes on its stingers.
Make that 4 or 5 eyes in total. You'll see when we get to it. You can't see because it's a storyboard cutscene.
Your magic?
I'm sorry, Sonic. My magic is no match for that of the Eraser Jinn.
Okay then, if your magic is no match for the power of the big boss, how did you manage to get out of the book when he needs the world rings to get out of the book?
Smiling by the end
They need something to advance the plot.
Yes.
Master, that's a
Like,
promise.
you're based on a genie, right, Shara? You're based on wishes. How about this? Give me a fucking jetpack.
I like how they're doing this whole pinky shit while the scorpion's like still right at the sides.
So he's just like, and you done?
Or just waiting to impale Shara at the right moment.
Aye, the alternative wishes, like something to go, yeah, so I wish for the Chaos Emeralds.
Exactly. Get me the emeralds and I'll sort this shit out. Yeah, nothing much to say. It's a giant scorpion. With eyeballs. Yeah, oh, sorry, made that 3 eyeballs, my bad. I thought it was 5. Like, 2 eyes would be on each tentacle. But anyway, the strategy is get up close to him, just get him to slam his tentacles down, and bounce on the eyeballs to the big one on his back. When he does that move where his arm stays down and then you home attack.
there are folk.
Oh, okay. Fuck you, game.
Whee! That's what it looks like, yeah. Yeah, I have eyes on my, wherever they are, tentacles, arms, whatever, and they hurt if something goes into them. I'll use them to attack.
Now, this last one, he has an eye within a mouth. But
God's sake.
to beat
That
this...
would be 6 eyes then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Either way, it has too many eyes, it must die.
Imagine what his vision must be like if he's got eyes all over the place.
You might want to ask that question to all the monsters in Monsters Incorporated. Basically, the way to get this done is bounce on the eye and then home attack it 3 times, and that's it. Again, the game doesn't tell you how to beat this. The only way you know this is through hindsight.
Aye. It has a lot of eyes, I'll try hitting them.
And yeah, that's another gold medal. Not that I care. It's like my mind is split into. It's like there's the logic me that says I don't care, but then there's the gamer me, sad gamer me. Is like, yeah, I got a gold medal.
It's like, yeah, I don't care if I get one, but I'm happy when I do.
One of the 7 world
Now, this is intended to be the first world ring you get, but you wouldn't know this on your first playthrough.
I can't pick it up.
I found a donut.
Where's Homer Simpson? Give it to him.
The legendary blue hedgehog from another world.
Legendary blue hedgehog. Oh my god.
Hey, legendary? You've got to be kidding. You're gonna make me blush.
When the 7 rings that control the worlds are gathered, the portal between the worlds shall open.
How the fuck did you get out of the book with no rings then?
The plot demands it.
Shall be offered up in sacrifice
Ah,
as the key for that control.
Shara, there's nothing special about you.
That is what is
You claim you're unique and you're gonna be our guy, but nah, there's nothing special about you at
Say
all.
what? I'm supposed to be a sacrifice?
Yes, Sonic, that's a sacrifice. Kind of like a certain dog I once knew that was supposed to be a sacrifice as well.
the key to some kind
10 points if you get the reference.
And I think that we need to collect them to get to the bottom of this mystery.
A sacrifice?
Why don't we just spoil it, Colin?
Well, I still technically didn't confirm what it was.
That was for the audience to guess, not you. For that, you get a 100% decrease on your paycheck.
Don't you know how fast I am? Time may fly, but I'm even faster.
I don't know, Sonic. You're right down there with, say, Barry Allen, Eobard Thawne, Jay Garrick, Wally West.
Yeah.
So anyway, our first world ring is a donut.
A lemon flavoured donut.
Yes. Now on to the next one, Dinosaur Jungle. I don't remember dinosaurs in the Arabian times.
I don't care. This was my favourite level in the game, just because it has dinosaurs in it.
Just because you love Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Now be fast, folks, because the first obstacle in this stage is Triceratops. You wouldn't know that because I'm going too fast, but basically they follow behind you and then they go in a patch and you gotta avoid them as they charge.
And have a bit more horns than I think than Triceratops.
Oh, this music, by the way, the way that this Dinosaur Jungle, it's like, yo, too funky. What the fuck? Also, the way this, to say about the motion controls when tilting and all that, it's very sensitive. Like, if you just tilt slow, you go all the way and all that. You have to tilt very slowly when all this log. But then you can turn really hard and all that in the when you're on the ground. Yes, it is a treasure box. It's shit. That's what it is. It's shit. Just like a certain chef that said that when he was cooking his dinner. It's shit. It's shit.
Shit. Get the spots.
Now there's an alternate path that you probably never knew of, folks. To skip that big massive long section. And this is one way to get a red rain actually in this stage. But you won't know because I already collected it.
Because fuck playing this game normally.
That's what I mean about the music. Now, what is this dinosaur supposed to be, Mr. Expert 5? Is this supposed to be a Brachiosaurus that's coming up? I like how you say nothing. You're going to be an expert.
I'm just mesmerized by the dinosaurs, that's all.
If those iron balls hit us, we'll fall into the water.
And after that family interlude.
Yeah. Yeah, here's a little editing surprise for you, Andrew. Oh, God.
I've got a
I like how clear the water looks there. Like you can see. Oh no.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
To go with that, yeah.
Oh yeah, here comes the T-Rex with it. I've never seen a T-Rex with horns before, that's the only thing.
What, T-Rexes are not supposed to have horns, aren't they?
Well, as far as we know.
They say a T-Rex is threatening, but look at those stubby little hands.
It's not the arms you're worried about when it's coming after you. I think it's the big gnashers.
It's like, if you ever think a T-Rex is like scary, just imagine a T-Rex trying to make a bed. It can't because of the arms.
Yeah, it's in the jaws. I think it's worried about. Apparently, it's got the bite force of a full elephant sitting on you.
And I suppose a tail as well.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, the way these catapults work, folks, is like when you land on it, right, and then you tilt the wheel remote backwards, and then you gotta flip it forwards.
This catapult looks like it works at a different angle than the last. Speedway! Just a little more, son.
Family interlude number 2.
Alright, what a way to share my day. First the microphone dead, and then, oh, here's some editing for you to cut out, Andrew. Waste your fucking time. For God's sake.
Anyway, we can see Eggman's in danger.
This is probably one of my favourite moments of Sonic as a character.
Do I really have to?
And the way he catches him. By the way, this is the last time we're going to see Eggman as Shara. Shariar, sorry.
Your Highness, where did that spirit go?
Just as I feared. He's gonna head to that castle.
It's Disney World.
I don't remember Disney and the Arabian Nights unless we're going to the secret world of Aladdin.
That's the very early version of Eggman Land.
We'll see you guys in the next part.